Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Death Valley for tonight's game, your Northern Nash Knights against the Firebirds of Southern Nash. Thank you so much for joining us for senior night. Class of 2023, make some noise! Tonight we're going to start with our football players, our 2023 football players. Our first one is Alan Barnes, son of Taryn Barnes. Our next senior is Yazin Davis McKinney, son of Jay McKinney and Tasha Davis. Our next senior is Jamian Finner, son of Daryl Finner and Danae Dickens. Our next senior is Trey Glover, son of Jason Glover and Amy Most. Our next senior is Troy Goldsby, son of Tony and Shanta Goldsby. Our next 2023 senior is Teron Hanna, son of Jacqueline Ricks. Our next senior is Bryson Jenkins, son of Ricky and Kelly Jenkins. Our next Northern Nash senior is Carson Jenkins, son of Kyle and Rhonda Jenkins. Our next senior is Dylan Jenkins, son of Brian and Georgiana Jenkins. Our next senior is Travell Keno Jones, son of Keno and Tranika Jones. Our next senior knight is Ethan LaFrance, son of Brad and Shannon Lloyd. Our next two senior is Briston and Kristen Manning, son of Kimberly Manning. Our next senior is Danny O'Brien, son of Brick and Jill O'Brien. Our next senior football player is Ashton Rhodes, son of William and Amy Rhodes. Our next senior is Ray Smith, son of LaTanya Clark. Our next senior football player is Colin Whitley, son of Damian and Susan Whitley. And our last senior football player is Tariq Wilkins, son of the Clavester and Virginia Wilkins. Let's give a big hand for our 2023 senior football players. Next up, we have our football manager, Elizabeth Daniels, daughter of Eric and Tracy Daniels. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 2023 band seniors. First off, we have Ashley Hernandez, daughter of Elizabeth Mahano. Our next senior band is Kara Minshew, daughter of Billy and Rebecca Minshew. Our next senior band member is Ashley Zipko, daughter of Scott and Samantha Zipko. Our next senior band member is Andrew Williams, son of Michael and Candace Williams. Our next senior marching knight is Kayla Parker, daughter of David and Kimberly Parker. Our next senior marching knight is Roman Dean, son of Tim and Renita Dean. Next up, we have our marching knights color guard senior, Alana Bombar, daughter of Dwayne and Tammy Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some big noise for our 2023 Marching Knight seniors. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 2023 cross-country members, seniors. First up, we have William Davis, son of Coretta Davis. Our next senior is Camille Dunn, daughter of Cindy Dunn. Our next cross-country senior is Andrea Ross, daughter of Vladimir and Stephanie Ross. Special shout out to our cross-country members. We would like to say congratulations to the men's cross-country team for winning their 11th consecutive conference championship this week. They were led by Aaron Mowat, Derek Harris, Shane Reener, who also ran to all conference honors. The women finished second behind Ashley Modlin, Elizabeth Modlin, and Camilla Dean's all-conference performances. The ladies' knights were missing one of their top runners, Bailey Powell, due to injury. The women's team is ranked third in the region, as both teams will be competing for the state championship berth next Saturday in Cary. Let's give a big hand for our cross-country members.
And good evening, high school football fans, and welcome to Red Oak. We are live on the Tar River Sports Network from Death Valley, the home of the Northern Nash Knights, where Southern Nash has traveled across town or across county to face their rivals. And this year's showdown, Southern Nash comes into tonight's game at a overall record of 6-2 and a conference record of 2-2 to face the top-seeded Northern Nash Knights, currently undefeated at 8-0 overall, 4-0 in the conference, ranked second in the state here tonight in Red Oak. Should be a dandy of a game. These two teams definitely known for the long-time rivalry. I've seen it most of my life. So we're looking forward to getting things started here. Of course, the captain's at midfield, getting ready for the coin toss. For Southern Nash, Landon Baker, Logan Saunders, Dusty Hall, and Sevion Van Dunk, the captains for Southern. And for Northern, we'll get these run down for you. Carson Jenkins, Yassine Davis McKinney, Trey Glover, and quarterback Keno Jones set for the coin toss, which will be underway. And while we get that, we'll remind everybody tonight's game is brought to you by Low Country Comfort Co., offering high-quality embroidered or patch hats and screen-printed T-shirts for those excited about their interest and proud to be an American patriot.
Northern will receive the ball to start the game.
And as the Firebirds have won the toss, they'll elect to defer to the second half as normal for Coach Brian Batchelor. And so Northern Nash coach Andrew Ferris and his powerhouse Northern Nash Knights will be receiving the ball first here in Red Oak. As I was mentioning, tonight's game brought to you by Low Country Comfort Co. Their interest, offering high-quality embroidered or patch hats, screen-printed T-shirts for those excited about their interest and proud to be an American patriot. Visit them today at riverbedthreads.com. And remember, there's no country like Low Country. And as the Northern Nash Band steps onto the field to play the national anthem, we will pause for the playing of that, and we'll be back in just a few minutes for opening kickoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our marching knights with a little help. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get your hands together for your Northern Nash Knights.
And welcome back to the entrance of the Northern Nash Knights as they take the field here in Red Oak. Once again, remind everybody, sorry I'm a little befuzzled right now. Been up since 4:30 this morning, but this is Brent Cohn alongside Ken DeFly bringing you tonight's action. We'll try to get it together before the actual start of the game. Everybody's texting me, calling me at once. I wanted to see what's going on here.
That's because he's dead.
As Southern Nash makes their entrance, Northern Nash lined up for the opening kickoff. Coach Brian Batchelor huddles the masses. And I failed to mention one thing in the opening. This is Firebird Friday Night Lights, and when we are at Northern Nash. So we're checking the sound up here. We're getting a lot of the texts are saying, but you got to remember there is a lag here. So hopefully by the time you hear this, we do have sound as Charlotte Benson places the opening kickoff, and that's going to be picked up by Randall King with a return to the 47-yard line of Northern Nash. So great starting position here for the Knights. Just shy of midfield as Keno Jones makes his way onto the field for our first look at this Northern Nash offense.
You know, Brent, one of the things Keno Jones likes to do is throw the ball a bunch this season. He's already thrown over, going into the night, over 1,800 yards on the season. He's got a quarterback rating of 139.9.
And it'll be handoff to start with into the middle. Luke Faulkner, Malachi Dobbins in on the tackle, along with Tyleek Mitchell.
That was number 8 on the carry.
Brandon Ricks, and he'll take it about 3 yards out to midfield. And now be second down at 7.
Second and 7 for the Knights.
And Keno Jones will roll to his right. He's looking downfield. And that'll be overthrown and incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7 now for the Knights. So that's a little look into Keno's arm. He's rolling to his right and managed to throw back across his body. And to throw with that distance, kind of a preview as to what we might see tonight. Movement on the line, Malachi Dobbins looks like he's going to be whistled for the encroachment call. That'll be +5 for the Knights and bring up 3rd down and 2 now. As the first minute of the game ticks off on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard, Keno Jones looks to pass out to the flat. He's hit by John Tollison, and that's going to be incomplete and bring up 4th down now for the Knights. Tollison left the game early last week against Rocky Mount with a shoulder injury. He is cleared and able to play tonight.
Glad to see he's back because I know we're going to need everybody on Southern Nash defense against Northern tonight.
And Coach Ferris looks to go for it here on 4th and 2. And Bryson Jenkins decides to, there's a punt. A nice punt by Jenkins will just go into the end zone. On a short drop back. You know, if he'd have been all the way back at full distance, that probably would have backed Southern Nash right up to the goal line.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, with Jenkins, he has completed 4 for 9 of the season. He's had 116 yards, so I was thinking Ferris Mike was going to try to go for it here on right at midfield, but they decided to go ahead and give Southern Nash back at the 20.
So it'll be Southern Nash ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line after they force the 4 and out. And this will be pitched and brought up to Mitchell. Tyleek Mitchell on the carry. Out across the 20, a gain of about 4 is going to bring up 2nd down and 6 now for the Firebirds. And against this big Northern Nash defense, that's probably smart play to get the slow pound, the grounded pound that Southern Nash has always been known for, pick up the small yardage. You know, they've relied on the big plays and the big sweeps, which have not been connecting as of late. And with that handoff, Trey Mitchell is caught in the backfield. He'll lose about a yard. He's going to bring up 3rd down. And about 8 now. And this will be handed off up the middle. And that was carried by Luke Faulkner. Looks like a gain of about 4 on the play. Coming on 4th and 5, and Southern Nash will send out the punt team. John Tollison back deep for the kick. And he'll get that away. A nice hanging kick will be caught at the 35-yard line. Randall King slips a tackle and breaks back, but then he'll be swarmed by Southern Nash, finally brought down. A return of about, we'll call it 4 yards to the 39-yard line. And Northern Nash will have the ball back, 1st and 10 from that position. So both defenses showing up tough so far in the first 2 possessions of the night.
Yeah, one of the things you got to be, Southern's got to be mindful of is the big play here. We've already seen Jones' arms and earlier in the throw, and he incomplete earlier, but you know he's going to try to do that again later.
And this will be handed off to Daiwan Mitchell. He'll take it around the right end. Looks like he'll pick up maybe about 4 on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 6 now for the Knights.
4-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 6.
One thing Northern likes to do, they like to send wideouts here to the left.
And Jones will tuck this to keep it himself, run it back up the middle. He'll be caught by Luke Faulkner, Logan Saunders, Landon Baker, and brought down. Gain of about 3 on the play. He's going to rate 3rd down and 2.
32 for the Knights.
Looks like Keno's going to try to get Southern to jump off sides again. They'll hold possession. It's like an audible here. This will be passed out in the flat. It's complete. And that's caught by Yassine Davis McKinney. Looks like it's going to be shy of the 1st down marker. So they'll mark it with no gain on the play. It's going to make it 4th down and 2, and Bryson Jenkins will step back onto the field. We'll see if he lines up all the way back, and he will this time. Of course, Bryson Jenkins is one of the leading kickers in the state. And I'm going to be a little biased for Bryson. He's actually, I'll tell you a little bit more and a little bit about a baseball team we have. As this play is blown dead, timeout for Northern Nash. And with that first timeout, we'll once again remind you tonight's game brought to you by Low Country Comfort Co., offering high-quality embroidered hats and screen-printed T-shirts for those excited about their interest and proud to be an American patriot. Visit them today at riverbedthreads.com. And remember, there's no country like Low Country.
Country Comfort Co. in Bailey is a veteran-owned and operated company that's got you covered in apparel for every occasion. Low Country prides itself on recognizing the American worker. They offer lines to help you display the pride of your profession, such as first responders, linemen, farmers, heavy equipment operators, welders, and more, mixed with state pride on the most popular trucker-style hats and even more. Visit them online today at lowcountryclothingco.com. And remember, there's no country like Low Country.
And Jenkins will get the punt away. A squibber off the side of his foot will go out of bounds at the Southern Nash 34-yard line. And that's where Southern Nash will take over for their second possession. Jenkins not happy with himself.
First and 10 for the Firebirds.
And Trey Mitchell in motion around the left end. He'll make the turn before he's dropped. Gain of about 3 on the play is going to bring up second down and 7 now for Southern Nash.
You know, Brent, that's one of the great things about high school sports. You got multiple athletes who does multiple sports. I know there's several players on both sides that do football and baseball.
Ball carrier swallowed up at the line.
So a green wall meets Nathaniel Palacio, so does carry. Forward momentum will get him a couple of yards. It's going to bring up third down, and we'll call it a long 4 here.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to get your 50-50 raffle tickets being sold right here in the home grandstand. Support school nutrition. So again, please be sure to get your 50-50 raffle tickets right here. Ball carrier swung up around the 40-41.
And looks like little to no gain. They might have moved the marker about a foot for Tyleek Mitchell on that carry. It's going to get fourth down. And we'll call it a true 4 now.
Fourth down as the Firebirds look to be going for it.
And Coach Batchelor will opt to go for it here on 4th and 4. Alford under center. And he'll slip it into the pocket of Trey Mitchell. And he's going to come up short as he runs into the Northern Nash defense. And Southern Nash will turn the ball over on downs. 5:08 remaining in the first period. And so we were talking about, obviously, multi-sport athletes, baseball, football, basketball, and everybody that listens to the broadcast knows that I'm kind of impartial to the baseball. Well, we have a
First and 10 for the Knights.
A fall league. I don't want to miss out on any plays, so I'll kind of give you this story in segments.
Mitchell's your ball carrier. Take it down around the 34.
Juan Mitchell on the carry. Nice gain of about 7. It's going to bring up second down and 3. But there is a Tobbs Fall League, and with these athletes playing both sports, it's hard to field a full team from either school. And so we kind of had the brainchild. It actually started last year. We have a combo team. Flags will fly. that, believe it or not, is a Southern Nash Northern Nash combo. And befittingly, the team name is the Rivalry. And we'll go through some of those on the football roster that play, and we'll recognize some of the others that are not on the football roster, but are baseball players. As we see the false start call against Northern Nash, that'll back them up 5 yards. It's going to bring up second down and about, looks to be 8.
Yeah, it was number 2, Randall King, who jumped off sides there for Northern.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And that pass is complete to Yassine Davis McKinney. And the yardage after the run will put Northern Nash down into Southern Nash territory. He'll step out of bounds at the 20. And it's 1st and 10 in the red zone for the Knights. This time there will be 3 receivers wide to the right and 2 to the left. Jones stands alone in shotgun in the backfield. Motion and a quick pitch to Trey Battle. And he's going to be met in the backfield by Faulkner Baker. A flag will come in from the defensive backfield.
In the vicinity of holding. And it is going to be holding against Northern.
So we'll see if he takes the penalty. And it looks like he will from the spot of the foul. So the foul called at the line of scrimmage is going to bring up second down and 20. Excuse me, 25. And this will be handed off again right up the middle.
DeJuan Mitchell's your ball carry.
DeJuan Mitchell again on the carry. A short gain on the play of about 3. It's going to bring up third and about 22 now. Jones looked to pass, brings it back in. He'll take off on his own, and there's nobody there. Keno Jones will sprint back to the left on a busted play, and Northern Nash will be the first on the board with 3:03 remaining here in the first quarter up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. So what looked to be an intended pass play, good coverage by Southern Nash. Keno Jones tucks it, and we see those dangerous legs of Keno Jones as he finds a hole and a break down the left side, and he'll take it all the way down into the end zone. And Jenkins on for the extra point attempt. And that kick's going to be good. And it's... Was it good?
It was good.
There's the signal. 7-0. Gotta get the scoreboard right. They put the extra point on Southern's for a moment. So it looked like 6-1. It is 7-0 Northern Nash. Of course, Bryson Jenkins is one of the players, along with his younger brother that plays JV football here at Northern Nash, Brady Jenkins. They both play on the Rivalry at Todd Stadium. Also, from the football team, Danny O'Brien, senior tight end, as well as Tristan Murray, football players here at Northern Ash. Also from Northern Ash in the rivalry team, Carter Ricks and Logan Denton from the baseball team. And the high kick will be fielded by Logan Saunders. There'll be a return. It'll be a short one. He'll take it out to about the 38-yard line, make it the 34. And it'll be 1st and 10, Southern Nash.
One other baseball player we were talking about is defensive end, number 99, Ashton Rhodes. He's got a couple colleges that's looking at him. In fact, he's been offered by Barton.
And Tyleek Mitchell not able to find anything around that right end. He'll make it back to the line of scrimmage, and about a 2nd down and 10 for the Firebirds. Offered under center. Motion again, and again slipped into the pocket of Trey Mitchell. A flag will come in from the defensive backfield. It was a gain of about 5 on the play, and it looks like that's going to be brought back.
And holding was the call against Southern.
So 2 holding penalties so far here in the first quarter. 1 for each team has put both teams behind the sticks. Of course, Jones and the Knights were able to respond with a touchdown. We'll see what Alford can do. And he's going to drop back to pass. And it's overthrown to Malachi Dobbins, nearly intercepted by Jaquil Arrington.
If Arrington had had one more step, he'd have had it.
And that is the first time this season that Dobbins has been targeted. It's coming up 3rd and 19 now for Southern Nash. Once again, the holding penalty putting them behind the chains. And a false start against Southern Nash appears to be the infraction. So 3rd and 19 will become 3rd and 24 for the Firebirds. Alford will drop back to pass again. He's hit as he throws it. It'll fall incomplete. So pressure from the Knights causes Alford to get rid of it early, and there is a Knight down on the field. And the trainers will attend to him. And while the officials call a timeout to take care of the injury, once again, we'll remind everybody tonight's sponsor, Low Country Comfort Co., offering high-quality embroidered or patch hats and screen-printed T-shirts for those excited about their interest and proud to be an American patriot. Visit them today at riverbedthreads.com, and remember, there's no country like Low Country. Caleb Staten, the injured player, will make his way to the sideline under his own power. That's good to see that young man stand up and walk off the field. Looks like he took maybe a shot to the gut. And Tullison on to punt again. This one will not have a lot of distance, but a good Southern Nash roll will take it down inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line of Northern Nash. And that's where Keno Jones and company will return.
Third drive of the night, only 39.
And take over with 1:48 remaining here in the first quarter. Of course, I was talking about the rivalry baseball team, some of the Southern Nash football players that play on the rivalry. You have Landon Baker, of course, last year's 3A baseball player of the year in the state of North Carolina, who is currently committed to Middle Tennessee State. Also, Keegan Wallace. And a short gain on the carry, maybe a yard or so by Dawan Mitchell. Call it second down. We'll give him 2 on that, bring up second down and 8.
And you got to hand it to Southern Nash's defense right now. Other than giving up that big play for Keno Jones, they have really kept Northern contained so far here in the first quarter.
And another pitch out to Mitchell. He'll find some room on the left side. It's going to be close to first down yardage. Looking for a call here.
First down.
And the officials will signal first down as Mitchell takes it to midfield for the Knights. Looks like that's going to be a false start against the Knights.
False start. Called against the Knights. Push it back 5 yards.
That'll knock 5 off and make it first and 15. For some of the other Southern Nash football players, Jake Cooper is on the Tobbs rivalry team. And from the soccer team, we have Mason Wells and Sam Wheaton that play from Southern Nash on the rivalry team. Mitchell again on the carry. We'll go up the middle, break off to the right. We'll pick up about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up second down and 13 now.
3-yard gain on the play. Bring up second and 12.
Probably going to be the last play of the quarter.
And they're not even going to get it off. And at the end of the first quarter, it's a close one here in Death Valley. Northern Nash leads the Firebirds 7-0. And we'll be back live on the Tar River Sports Network in just a moment. And while we wait to get the second quarter underway, I'm trying to squeeze in some of these names. I'm trying to give some shout-outs to some of my baseball players here. Like I'm saying, from the soccer team, Mason Wells and Sam Wheaton. Also from the baseball team, Owen Ordess, Blake Strickland, Landon Brown, Brennan Pridgeon, and Braden Parker. Nice roster and a nice mix, once again, of Northern Nash and Southern Nash players. So there's a big rivalry, and they're very competitive, but it's fun for me to watch these kids, how they're actually really good friends off the field.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
They'll take it to the field, and look, it's fun to sit there and listen to the smack talk because they will smack talk each other to death. But there's never any type of ill feelings. It doesn't look like they're going to fight or anything like that. It's just in good fun. You think they play on the same team all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So a short gain there. Bring up third down and about 6.
Ooh. Depends on who.
I think that was definitely a false start.
Yeah.
As Randall King was about 10 yards downfield before they threw the flag. I don't know if they thought he was leaving the field.
And they are going to call a false start on Randall King.
So that'll back them up 5. Make it 3rd and 11 now.
Result penalty, was it 3rd and 11 for the Knights?
And of course, I'm not the only coach. We have Northern Nash representation. My best friend Jay Williams. Oh, great pressure there.
Passes incomplete.
And that pressure was applied by Chris Harris and T.J. Whitaker, and they forced Keno Jones to get rid of the football. And that's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Bryson Jenkins and the punt crew once again step on the field.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these players have come up through rec ball and stuff. So I remember seeing them on the baseball field at the Rocky Mountain Sports Complex and then the City of Rocky Mountain Little League program.
Oh yeah, you had Little Firebirds, Little Knights, which are great programs. And if you're watching and have youngins, I would definitely recommend that you sign them up and play football. This will be fielded by Mitchell. He'll slip a tackle. He's gotten away. A nice return coming. Flag is thrown. Mitchell will take it out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. There are multiple flags thrown.
We got one up here at the 49 and one at the 31. They're going to probably want to take the 31. And they're going to sort it out here in just a minute. They're still having a conversation at midfield right on the Northern Nash logo.
While they're talking that out, I have to plug one of our shop local sponsors. And, of course, I'd be in trouble if I didn't because it happens to be my mother. Jan's Little Shop located at 119 Northwest Main Street in downtown Spring Hope. You can shop online and in-store, vintage home decor and more. And they're opening November the 12th. I know we had announced the previous grand opening. That got pushed back by the hurricane, as well as a big influx of inventory that you have to check out. She'll be opening November the 12th. So a quick plug there for Jan's Little Shop in downtown Spring Hope, opening November 12th. Still waiting for the call here.
They got the ball spotted right now at the 43-yard line.
Which is where the return was. The chains have not moved. Still waiting to set the sticks.
And both coaches are at their numbers right now. Waiting for the signal. Not sure what's taking so long. Are they trying to say something happened before the punt?
And it looks like they'll head over to Coach Ferris for the first explanation. And then officials will head over to see Coach Batchelor. Maybe they'll just put the two of them midfield and let them arm wrestle for it.
Holding, called against the Firebirds. Holding, called against the Firebirds. Penalty.
So two separate holding calls against the Firebirds. So that would have been after the kick. So possession will belong to the Firebirds. We're waiting to see the penalties marked off. So there was a holding penalty prior to the kick.
2 penalties called against Southern. First penalty against Southern. 4th and 1 for the Knights.
So the 10-yard penalty will make it 4th and 1 for the Knights. Okay.
I've seen some crazy calls, but this might be one of the craziest one for the season so far.
So a hold before the kick, and then a hold after the kick? Okay.
Okay. 4th and 1.
Jones will keep it himself. He's hit in the backfield, but he's able to slip tackles. A flag will come in.
Multiple flags. Is this a makeup call?
Landon Baker is down on the field. And he'll get up and walk away. Obviously, it's like he may have taken a shot to the leg. So there is a sideline warning. So it looks like there is going to be some type of penalty called against Northern. It'll replay 4th down. It'll move far enough back that they're going to send Jenkins back on the field. I didn't see it. Did you pick up the signal on what they called?
I did not see the signal.
We saw the sideline warning. Jenkins is back to punt. He'll get away a nice one. Mitchell's going to let it go in front of him. Allen Barnes will down it. And Southern Nash will take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory from their own 14-yard line. And another flag is thrown on the field.
And Coach Ferris is unhappy with number 82 right now. There's another flag. I know it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. It's number 82, Andrew Zipko, who Ferris was talking with.
So it was an unsportsmanlike 15-yard penalty. And that'll create some breathing room for the Firebirds all the way out to the 29-yard line. And senior quarterback Brock Alford will get set to operate from there. And this will be handed off to Trey Mitchell, who'll look to the left side. Can't find any room as the holes quickly close there on that Northern Nash line. He'll get out across the 30. It's like a gain of about 2 on the play. He'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Firebirds.
Two-yard gain on the play. Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Firebirds.
And once again, Trey Mitchell. And that'll be actually a loss of a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 now.
No yard gain on the play. Bring up 3rd and 8.
And I see Baker has returned to offense. He sat out those first couple of plays after the injury, but he has returned to the field now. Malachi Dobbins will check out. And Trey Mitchell will look across the middle, take it down close to the 35.
Taken down by Connor Baker.
It's going to bring up 4th down and about 4 now for the Firebirds.
4th and 4 for Southern.
And it looks like Southern is going to go for it on 4th and 4 from their own 35-yard line.
Risky call for Southern here.
Really risky. not been able to get a lot of positive yardage so far. And Coach Batchelor looked like that was just a shot to see if they could get Northern Nash to jump. And Coach Batchelor will use his first time out of the half. I will remind everybody tonight's game brought to you by Low Country Comfort Co., offering high-quality embroidered patch hats and screen-printed T-shirts for those excited about their interest and proud to be an American patriot. Visit them today at riverbedthreads.com. And remember, there's no country like Low Country. By the way, our rivalry baseball team is 4th in the league, and with an outside team, it looks like we could make the playoff, the top 4 playoff. There's a team in 5th has got a shot to pass us. I think they're about a half game back.
And Brent, when are y'all's games?
So we're through with our regular season. The Tigers will be playing next week with some rain makeup games. That's where some of the lag in the schedule is. And then, of course, the playoffs will be the following week on Tuesday, November the 1st, and Wednesday, November the 2nd. Of course, we still got to sit back and wait and see. There's a Raleigh team in there that has a shot to knock us out of playoff contention. So we'll wait and see. Flags come in. And they're going to say a false start against the Firebirds. Somebody sneezed and shrugged their shoulders. False start. And that'll back them up, and that will send the punt team back onto the field. There's something a little different about this lineup here.
So that sets the punt. Punt is up.
Tolleson will get it away. Take a good Southern Nash roll. Down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Did you notice Jake Cooper was in for that on the punt team, special team?
I did, yeah. I was trying to figure out what was going on there.
He being the backup quarterback, that looks sneakily like it could have been a. I thought, to be sure, he's not going to pull a fake punt.
Yeah.
On 4th and what, 8?
Yeah, 4th and 8.
Keno Jones back on the field with the Knights. And this will once again be handed off to Mitchell.
Mitchell's your ball carrier. Taking down around the 42.
So down to the Knight 42-yard line. So a gain of about 8 on the plays. Going to bring up second down and 2. And Jones will drop back looking to pass. Has the man open in the flat. It'll be thrown off the fingertips of Mitchell. Incomplete. It's going to bring up second down.
Do have a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play. Holding called against the Knights.
So another holding call. We've run into a rash of penalty flags.
The School Nutrition Association is conducting the 50-50 raffle tonight. These funds will be used for learning opportunities and training and education for the school nutrition professionals.
What's up, man?
Please help support your cause and purchase a 50-50 raffle ticket. Drawing will be done around halftime.
Keno Jones back to pass. Nobody's there. It'll be incomplete. We just joined in the booth by Northern Nash Athletic Director Joey Keefe, and we were talking about our rivalry baseball team. So it's a great partnership. And Jones looking to pass again. He's got Ashton Rhodes open. It's going to be complete. Oh, and they're going to signal incomplete. It was trapped on the ground. So nearly a great catch. That's going to bring a 4th down now for the Knights and force them to punt.
You know, speaking of Ashton Rhodes there, he's got Barton is looking at him for football, and then he's got a couple others that's looking at him from both football and baseball. And he's also going to, I was talking to his dad, William Rhodes, and he's got a visit tomorrow up at Old Dominion up in Virginia.
It is really cool to see these kids going on to play college sports. Oh, a nice punt by Bryson Jenkins. Roll down inside the 30, all the way down to the 27-yard line of Southern Nash before it rolls dead. So Bryson Jenkins continues to show off the foot. I was worried about him losing some strength. You know, he cut all his hair off right before school started. And, you know, Bryson Jenkins, he had the sunshine look, you know, from Remember the Titans.
He sure did.
And I can't even say sunshine to Bryson anymore. Tyleek Mitchell had some opening, the first open field look that Southern Nash has really had. And I think it might have shocked Tyleek as he lost his footing and slipped down and only manages a gain of about 2. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8 for Southern.
But I will say, cutting his hair didn't take any velo off his pitching. Watching him pitch in our Times League, I believe he's picked up a considerable amount of velo. So once again, Coach Keefe, you're welcome. And Trey Mitchell with his biggest carry of the night, a gain of about 10, will move the sticks for Southern Nash.
That's only Southern's 3rd first down of the night.
Is it the 3rd?
I'm being corrected. It's their only first down of the night.
And Mitchell again up the middle.
I will admit when I'm wrong. Keep me honest, Brent.
Yeah, I think the initial game plan was the old 4 yards at a time, ground and pound, and we'll see. Starting to open up a little bit. Now 2nd down and 5 for Southern Nash. I've been really surprised that Northern Nash has not gone to the pass more. Of course, there's been some really good coverage. Obviously, both teams have made adjustments to the offenses. And so both coaches trying to work around and see how they can adjust to that. Mitchell will be tripped at the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard and did. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for Southern Nash, who have not yet made a trip into Northern Nash territory. And a pitch to Tyleek Mitchell. He'll find a little room to the right end. He's taken down right at about the line to reach. And it looks like they're going to mark him down a yard shy. Going to bring up 4th and 1 now for Southern Nash. And right there at midfield, I don't think it's much of a guessing game as to whether or not Coach Batchelor is going to go for it. So a big play here for Southern Nash. Have had 1 4th down attempt tonight and turned the ball over. Mitchell this time, Tyleek Mitchell, will take it off the right tackle and will pick up a couple and enough to move the chains again for Southern Nash. So 2 first downs in this drive, and Southern Nash has finally started to get some momentum going on offense. 4:24 remaining in the half.
And like you said, Brent, first time Southern Nash has got into Northern Territory here right at midfield.
10 for the Firebirds, only 50.
And Trey Mitchell was looking to the outside, cuts it back into the middle. Looks like he's going to pick up about 4 on the play. He's going to bring up second down and 6 now for Southern Nash. Passing the 4-minute mark here.
Second and 6 for the Firebirds.
And Trey Mitchell again on the carry. He'll make a spin move. Not going to get him anywhere as he runs into a green wall. Looks like he's going to pick up probably about 3 on the play. We'll see where he's smart. Yep, it's going to bring up, we'll call it third down and a long 3 now for Southern Nash.
33 for the Firebirds.
Faulkner in the backfield with Mitchell. And that's handed to Faulkner on a nice carry by the freshman. And he'll take it out well into Northern Nash territory, and that'll move the chains again.
And Coach Ferris wants a timeout.
Of course, Luke Faulkner once again was named the midseason freshman of the year. Transferred into Southern Nash from Corinth Holders for this season. So a great addition to Firebird Nation. And it's 3:05 remaining with the timeout on the field. Knights still lead Southern Nash 7-0. This is the Tar River Sports Network. We'll be right back. So we're back, 3:05 remaining to the half. Southern Nash finally getting some forward progress with their offense. Trey Mitchell again on the carry. He'll be tripped up in the backfield. Will leap forward for a gain on the play. And looks like he was tripped up by Barry Strickland. The fall forward picks up a couple. It's going to bring up second down and 8. And Trey Mitchell again, still looking to run off tackle to that left side. So another green swarm there. Another pickup of a couple is going to bring up third down and 6.
I think that's what Coach Batchelor wants to do. He just wants to keep on running the clock out a little bit here and just trying to get it close to the end zone as you can before the half runs out. Because you get the ball start third quarter.
And Trey Mitchell with a nice spin move back into the middle. Will take it down close to the 25.
Ball carrier taken down around the 25. Good enough for a Firebird. First down.
And he'll actually take it out across the 25, marked down at the 24. And that's enough to move the sticks again for Southern Nash. And it looks like Ferris will burn his final time out of the half. You know, tonight's game reminds me a lot of 3 years ago, 2019, when Southern Nash obviously went on deep into the playoffs and into the state championship. We played against Fike that year, and we were obviously the stronger opponent, much the same a matchup like you see tonight. Northern Nash on paper and size, definitely the better football team. Fike had a great game plan, and then they kept it on the ground. It was just a little piece at the time. They would burn a lot of clock. They kept a small score a small deficit, obviously here 7-0 in Death Valley for this game. And so kind of that same thought process is allowing Southern Nash to keep this game manageable. And I think that probably is Coach Batchelor's game plan, is to keep that score close. Of course, Northern Nash, same situation as Southern was 3 years ago. A lot of their players have only played half ball games.
Yep.
Because they've had first quarters that they've gone to running clock.
Exactly.
So not a lot of time on the field. We're going to have to watch the fatigue factor.
And we got a little bit of a clock issue here. They want us to put 1:57 back on the clock.
But so we'll have to watch for the fatigue factor of the Knights. Now, in addition to that, one thing for those of you who may have noticed, we're not calling a lot of numbers, but you're seeing a lot of guys playing both ways tonight that normally there's more of a division. So fatigue could be a factor for the Firebirds as well. Oh, my goodness, Luke Faulkner explodes off right tackle and takes it down, and Southern Nash has pulled to within one of the Knights. I missed the handoff. I missed that totally. Luke Faulkner, the freshman sensation, once again.
I'll tell you after Charlotte Benson's kick what I think happened.
Brings it up for the PAT. Kick is up. Kick is good.
And it's good, and we're tied in Death Valley. 1:52 remaining into the half. 7-7.
So what I saw on that play a while ago, it looked like Mitchell went right, and that's where my eyes went. But then I looked, and I was like, wait a minute, he don't have the ball. And next thing I know, Faulkner, I looked up, and I saw him at the 10.
You know, Faulkner has played defense and been middle linebacker basically since game one. He was moved up from JV, won that starting position, has been there ever since. Had a couple of defensive touchdowns early in the year. Now with his second offensive score of the year. He's blocked punts. He's had fumble recoveries. The kid is all over the place. I know that he's had a lot of visits. I think the most recent visit was up to Liberty. And only a freshman. This kid is very talented. Of course, his dad, Todd Faulkner, on the early 90s Firebird team that went to the Eastern Championship game against Burlington Cummings way back. And the high kickoff is fielded. And yeah, I seen Davis McKinney able to stay on his feet. He'll jump a few tackles. Got to stop those hand tackles if you're going to stop the speed of Northern Nash. That return into Southern Nash territory, and it's 1st and 10 for the Knights from the Southern Nash 41-yard line.
29-yard kickoff return there for Yasan Davis McKinney.
And another flag. So false start against Northern Nash. We'll add 5 to the down, and it's now 1st and 15. 1:44 remaining into half. And this will be handed off to Mitchell. They'll blow the play dead. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but I got to tell you, Northern missed a great opportunity. Looked like Southern Nash was out of position for pass coverage, and Keno Jones had 3 guys wide open to the left. This time he'll look to find him. He's got a man deep. He's throwing it downfield. And it's going to be dropped. What a pass by Keno Jones, right on the money, threw it exactly where it had to be, broken up by Thomas Copeland. Trying to see who that intended receiver was.
The receiver was number 1.
Oh, that was Trey Battle. He never quite got possession, and it was knocked away as he came down. But what a pass by Keno Jones. That was impressive.
It was.
And Jones will drop back again. This time it's thrown to Javian Fenner. and he'll bobble the ball and step out of bounds before gaining control, so that'll be ruled an incomplete pass, and that's going to bring up 4th down now for the Knights. So 4th and 14. 107 remaining in the half up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. Tyleek Mitchell back deep. Of course, Bryson Jenkins on for the punt. And they'll get this punt away. It'll be fielded by Mitchell. He'll actually run backwards. And the pursuit of the Knights, he's finally brought down by Alan Barnes. And so a negative return. And it'll be Southern Nash ball, 1st and 10. And it looks like it's going to be spotted at about just between the 5 and the 6 yard line.
Between the 5 and the 6.
So 56 seconds remaining.
And Southern's got 2 timeouts here.
So play clock is at 17. I honestly think they're not going to risk this that far back. Be interesting to see if he tries to run something to get it out. And that he does. It'll be handed up the middle to Tyleek Mitchell. He'll be tripped as he passes the line of scrimmage. He'll get it out to about the 10, pick up 4 on the play, so a little more breathing room. A 2nd down and 6 now for Southern Nash. And again, handed off up the middle. This time it's Tyleek Mitchell again on the carry. And he'll pick up about 5 on that play, bring up 3rd and 1. 22 seconds remaining in the half. So credit to Coach Batchelor for not playing it conservative. Well, I say that, and as soon as I say that, they decide to let the clock run out. No other snaps, and that'll bring us to halftime with a tie ball game here in Death Valley. Southern Nash 7 and the top-seeded Northern Nash Knights 7. Folks, we got a ball game. This is the Tar River Sports Network, and we'll be back with the beginning of the second half in just a few minutes.
Country Comfort Co. in Bailey is a veteran-owned and operated company that's got you covered in apparel for every occasion. Low Country prides itself on recognizing the American worker. They offer lines to help you display the pride of your profession, such as first responders, linemen, farmers, heavy equipment operators, welders, and more, mixed with state pride on the most popular trucker-style hats and even more. Visit them online today at lowcountryclothingco.com, and remember, there's no country like Low Country.
Let's give a big hand for your award-winning Northern Nash Marching Knights.
And we are back with the start of the fourth quarter. And I got another text of a sound issue. Don't know what's going on here in the booth. I think we got that resolved.
2nd and 5 for the Firebirds.
So 2nd down and 5. And Trey Mitchell stays on his feet, breaking tackles. He'll get it out to the 20. That'll give the Firebirds some breathing room for the goal line. That's going to be enough for a first down for Southern Nash. And Trey Mitchell is slow to get up on that carry. He is really walking like he's having some cramping issues.
1st and 10 for the Firebirds on the 20.
So I know people that watch the broadcast have heard me say it many times. We need Arthur Perry out here with a bunch of bananas. Got to get that potassium in these guys. So it looks like timeout will be called. And it is called by Southern Nash. That'll be the final timeout of the game for Southern Nash, or at least for the second half, with 11:29 remaining. And once again, we want to thank Low Country Comfort Co., tonight's sponsor, but also we want to recognize Baker Professional Services, who sponsor our scoreboard not only for tonight but for every Southern Nash football game. And also Jan's Little Shop, located at 119 Northwest Main Street in downtown Spring Hope. You'll be able to shop online and in-store when they open on November the 12th. They have vintage home decor and more, so make sure you head down to Spring Hope. And, of course, Low Country Comfort Co. offering high-quality embroidered or patch hats and screen-printed T-shirts for those excited about their interest and proud to be an American patriot. Visit them today at riverbedthreads.com. And remember, there is no country like Low Country. 1st and 10 for the Firebirds.
1st and 10 for the Firebirds on the 20.
And this one will be
up.
carried by Tyleek Mitchell.
Down.
Got about a yard from forward momentum before he's thrown backward. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 now for Southern Nash.
2nd and 9 for.
Well, we got a second, 31-17 right now. I just was told to score for Rocky Mount Franklinton in the third quarter. Rocky Mount's leading 31-17.
Copeland in motion. Tyleek Mitchell with the pitch. He'll look around the left end. Can't quite slip the tackle. And that was actually Keno Jones on the tackle. As you see, Northern Nash now playing both ways. Starters having to go a lot longer than they're used to into the fourth quarter. I wish we had some stats on how many fourth quarters had Keno actually played in.
Yeah, I know.
Down to 10:20 remaining in the game. Northern Nash still leading 14-7. Southern Nash with the football. It's 3rd and 4 from their own 25-yard line. And a pitch to Trey Mitchell, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. And he will be thrown for a loss as Northern Nash quickly got past the line of scrimmage. Loss of a couple is going to bring up 4th down now and about 7. And it looks like Southern Nash is going to go for it, 4th and 7. From deep in their own territory. No timeouts left. That is the call. A quick pitch to Landon Baker. He'll find his way into the middle, and he does not look like he is going to get enough. So the shuffle pass from Alford to Baker found some room, but not enough. And it come up about a yard shy. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now for Northern Nash. There is a Knight down on the field. I don't think the officials have seen that yet.
Injury timeout on the field. Injury timeout on the field.
And That is Chris Manning, who is down, and the Northern Nash trainers step out to take a look at him. And with that, we'll take a quick break. This is the Tar River Sports Network. Brent Cohn alongside Kenneth Lyon. We'll be right back. And Chris. Managed to get up and walk off the field on his own power. First and 10 now for the Knights. This will be handed off again to Mitchell. Can't find that corner to turn this time. End up with a gain of maybe a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 now for the Knights.
You know, Brent, you were asking about how many times Keno Jones played in the fourth quarter. I was just talking to some of the staff up here in the press box with Norton, and it's only been 2 games he played in it with Conley and also with Nash Central as well. So only 2 times this year in fourth quarter.
And so Keno on the quarterback keeper this time. We'll look around the left end. He'll be hit by Jaden Whitaker and several Firebirds. Now he's carrying the pile. Wow, the strength in the legs of Keno Jones as he carried several Southern Nash defenders all the way down to the 10-yard line and actually inside the 10.
And we got an injured Firebird on the field too.
And there is a Southern Nash player that is down. Can't pick up a number on who that is. I mean, Keno Jones, he broke tackles. He had guys hanging on him.
He broke like 5 tackles and still carried about 2 of them down.
And I believe that is Devon Richardson. Or is that Chris Maynor?
Number 11.
Oh, excuse me, Tyler Maynor. That's Tyler Maynor, who does get up under his own power and make his way back across field to the Southern Nash sideline. So this is one of the risks of the game plan that was put in place with the players playing a lot of both sides of the football. Of course, the question was, did Northern Nash have the stamina to go a full football game? And so far it appears they have managed that. Southern Nash seems to be a little more fatigued. Ball's loose. It's going to be picked up by Mitchell, who turns the fumble into a nice save and picks up a few on the play. The 5-yard gain takes him down to the 5-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and goal from that spot. And this is going to be thrown into the end zone. And it's complete from Keno Jones to Trey Battle. And touchdown Northern Nash with 8:36 remaining in the game. And it's now 20-7 with Bryson Jenkins trotting onto the field for the extra point attempt. And, of course, I've been told that Bryson's dad, Ricky, is wearing Bryson's good luck Zubas, his pants. I don't know if you could call those on the during senior night. They're definitely a sight to see as Bryson splits the uprights once again, and the lead now 14 as the Knights have pulled ahead 21-7 over Southern Nash with 8:36 remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard.
I guess when it's working all year, you do whatever your son asks you to do.
Yeah. So look, yeah, Bryson did request that Ricky wear the Zubas. Of course, Ricky running for Nash County Clerk of Court. I don't think he'll be using have a campaign picture, at least not full body length in the Zubas. Of course, if Northern Nash wins tonight,
the funny thing was,
it's very possible he might, knowing Ricky Jenkins.
When I was walking in tonight, I walked in with him, and Joey asked him that very question. You going to campaign? Ricky looked like no way.
I mean, if they beat Bryson, good luck. You might as well wear them to Election Day, Ricky. Maybe that's the Jenkins good luck charm.
Maybe so.
Actually, I think the Jenkins good luck charm is actually Kelly.
I think so, too.
We'll leave it at that. The ball comes loose. Tyleek Mitchell picks it back up. Forward momentum will get Tyleek to about the 29. That's where Southern Nash is going to take over first and 10. Ironically, that's the first time tonight that I believe Southern has had a fumble issue.
It is. Second time unless you count the first one where Mitchell had a little handle, but he was able to get it back.
That's correct. It never left. It never touched the ground.
Yeah.
Northern has actually had more of a problem with the football tonight. Of course, no fumble turnovers, only the one interception. Movement in the backfield. That flag is going to be against Southern Nash for the false start. And that is the call, the false start. That'll back up Southern 5 yards. So it will now be first and 15 for Southern Nash. So with a 14-point deficit, we'll see if Coach Batchelor changes the game plan and goes back to traditional Firebird play. Alford drops back in the pocket and with no protection is sacked. And I believe that is the first sack of the night for the Knights. Had several pressures in the backfield, but the first actual sack. And way back behind the chains now is Southern Nash. Looks like it's second and a long ways. As Alford was looking to pass, but no protection. This time he gets the pass away, rushed it under pressure. And it's short to John Tullison. And that's going to bring up third and long now for Southern Nash.
Third and 21 for right now for Southern Nash.
$7:52 remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. And Southern Nash with their backs against the wall here. Mitchell will look to the middle. And that's Tyleek Mitchell. I'm noticing that Trey Mitchell is still standing in the backfield. Something's going on. He's looking down. And that's going to bring up fourth and forever. And obviously Coach Batchelor not going to risk this one. And Tullison is on to punt. That's Randall King back deep to receive.
Punt is up.
And a decent punt gets off. He fielded at about the 46-yard line. A return is coming. King will find some room on the sidelines. And he is hit by Jake Cooper. On the tackle. And it'll be Northern Nash ball, 1st and 10 from the Southern Nash 34-yard line. So Northern Nash not having to use their end of the field at all this quarter.
First 2 for the Knights on the 34.
And the handoff to Mitchell again. He'll turn it back into the middle. The flag comes in. Mitchell's going to take it all the way into the end zone. A flag came in, and I can see the official signaling the hold as the cannon fires. And that's going to bring that back, though. That will not count. Unfortunately, he can't bring back the cannonball with the fire. So he'll have to save that for later. So 6:53 remain in the game. And what could have been an absolute backbreaker for the Firebirds is called back on a mistake by the Knights, a holding call. And that's going to be a replay of the down, but it'll be 1st and about 18, 19 yards here. Keno in the shotgun. And he's going to tuck it down and keep it himself. He slips as he tries to make the cut back into the middle. Credit the tackle to Malachi Dobbins, even though Jones just lost his footing. So can bring up 2nd down and long now for the Knights. The Southern Nash defense really needs to stop here as we pass 6.5 remaining in the game.
And one thing's going against Southern right now is they have no timeouts to stop the clock.
No, they don't, and Coach Ferris has all timeouts remaining, all 3, should he need them. Keno looks to pass out to the flat. That's complete to Davis McKinney. He'll cut around the end, finally be brought out of bounds by Jaden Whitaker. And it's going to be 3rd and 8 now for the Knights as they got back beyond the original line of scrimmage with that pass play.
Third and 8 for the Knights.
So 3 receivers out wide to the right, 1 to the left. Southern Nash showing blitz. Play clock down to 0. And Coach Ferris will burn the first of his 3 timeouts here in the second half with 5:20 remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. It's Northern Nash 21, Southern Nash 7. This is the Tar River Sports Network, and we'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.
Country Comfort Co. in Bailey is a veteran-owned and operated company that's got you covered in apparel for every occasion. Low Country prides itself on recognizing the American worker. They offer lines to help you display the pride of your profession, such as first responders, linemen, farmers, heavy equipment operators, welders, and more, mixed with state pride on the most popular trucker-style hats and even more. Visit them online today at lowcountryclothingco.com, and remember, there's no country like Low Country.
And we're back. Live action here in Death Valley and Red Oak. Jones on the handoff to Mitchell. We'll take it down to the 25. It's going to be short of the first down. It's going to bring a fourth down and about 2 now for the Knights. And it looked for a moment like they were going to send Jenkins on for the field goal attempt. They brought him back, and it looks like Northern is going to go for it here on 4th and 2. So a big defensive play here for the Firebirds.
4th and 3 for the Knights. They're looking to go for it.
As we pass 4.5 remaining in the game, Keno Jones will tuck it, keep it himself, and he's going to have enough on the keeper, or it appears to be that way. Don't see any flags on the play. And that will be the signal. It's enough for a first down on that 4th down conversion. And it's 1st and 10 Knights from the Southern Nash 23-yard line.
First and 10 for the Knights.
So Keno again with the keeper to the left side. He'll put it back inside.
Loose ball on the field.
Looks like the ball came loose from Keno's hands.
Nice recovered the ball. Injury timeout on the field.
It looks like Northern was able to recover. Keno was on the carry. It came out of his hands. Northern don't see who got the recover. There is a Southern Nash player down on the field. So once again, it's ironic that the story of Southern Nash coming into tonight's game was the really inability to protect the football. And it's actually been Northern who's had the harder time holding on to it. Now, they haven't actually had the turnover once again, other than the actual interception.
Right.
And looking to see who that is. I believe that is Chris Harris. He's able to get up under his own power. He'll head back to the sideline. Once again, a heavy load put on these starters playing both ways is now starting to show. Just under 4 minutes remaining, 3:57. It is Northern Nash football. It's going to be 2nd down and about 3 from the 15, just beyond the 15. And Northern Nash once again will send 3 receivers out wide to the right.
2nd and 3 for the Knights.
And this one will be pitched to Trey Battle on the rush. He'll find room around the right end. He'll cut back inside. It's like he may have broke the pylon, and he did. And it's touchdown Northern Nash with 3:37 remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. And the Knights have opened up to a 20-point lead with the extra point attempt upcoming. So Northern Nash throughout the season has been known for their passing game. You mentioned earlier, Keno comes into this game with over 1,800 yards passing, and it has been the run game that has really propelled the Knights ahead tonight and got them with this 20-point or soon to be probably 21-point lead.
Kick is up. No good.
And it's no good.
Current score.
So I guess I jinxed Bryson. So it remains 27-7 and a 20-point lead for the Knights. But as I was saying, living off the run tonight.
Yeah.
It has been all about Dajuan Mitchell.
Yeah, and speaking of Mitchell, he's had 376 yards. Keno Jones had 295 coming into tonight. Then number 24, Loring, he's had 234 yards for the season. And Strickland, he's had 111. So, I mean, they've got 4 running backs over 100 yards.
But that's on the season.
But that's on the season, though. And tonight it's been the Mitchell show, basically.
We need to check to see with our statisticians to see if they can tell you how many yards Dawan Mitchell actually has. But he has really chalked up some rushing yardage tonight. Jenkins on for the kickoff. And he's going to kick this one, the high kick again, fielded by Logan Saunders, and he's going to call a fair catch.
So he's had 113 yards on 16 carries tonight.
And that is Dawan Mitchell.
And
how many yards did he have coming into tonight?
Coming into tonight, he had 376.
In 8 games.
In 8 games.
So he's more than doubled his output.
Yep.
I mean, Southern has done a very nice job of containing the pass game from Northern Nash. So great game plan there. But it did open up the run game for Northern. And Alford is going to be sacked again. And Alan Barnes with the sack. Has no pass protection at all for senior quarterback Brock Alford. And he's going to go down again. 3:18 remain. And it is 2nd and long. Don't know if that's some of the backfield that are missing blocking assignments. Or, I mean, the front line is way outsized. The Northern Nash line is much larger than Southern Nash's. But there's got to be some missed blocking assignments. Trey Mitchell with the carry around the left end. He'll take it down a few yards shy of the original line of scrimmage. We'll look for the spot. He was forced out of bounds. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 13 now for Southern Nash as we pass 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. And Mitchell with the handoff. He'll try to find some room up the middle, get out across the 30. Forward momentum will get him about to the 32. Looks like the official took a step back to the 31. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 8. And there's no question, trailing by 20 with under 2 minutes remaining, Coach Batchelor will go for it here.
I mean, really nothing else to lose.
I mean, in high school football, it's not like you're watching, the pros. This is not a lot of time. Obviously, the Thoughts need a big play here. You're going to have to get a couple onside kick to even get back in the game. But the defense for Northern continues to swarm. And Trey Mitchell is hit in the backfield. And once again, Southern Nash will turn the ball over on downs. It is now Northern Nash football, 1 minute and 28 remaining. They could pretty much get into victory formation, and this should end things. So the game was closer most of the way than the score represents. It was 7-7 at the half. Game plan was working for Coach Batchelor. And as you see, Keno Jones take the knee in victory formation. And the clock will continue to wind down. No timeouts, obviously, for Coach Batchelor to burn. And with that, we once again want to recognize and thank tonight's sponsor, as this game was brought to you by Low Country Comfort Co., offering high-quality embroidered or patch hats and screen-printed T-shirts for those excited about their interest and proud to be an American patriot. Visit them today at riverbedthreads.com, and remember, there's no country like Low Country. I also want to thank Once again, Baker Professional Services for sponsoring tonight's scoreboard, as well as Jan's Little Shop located at 119 Northwest Main Street in downtown Spring Oak, opening November the 12th. So next week, the Firebirds will travel all the way to Franklinton for the season finale. And with playoff implications, we'll still look to see if there will be a playoff berth for Southern Nash. Obviously, a win is much needed to better those efforts. Northern Nash is going to hang on and remain undefeated, number 1 in the East and number 2 in the state. We'll see if those rankings improve after the victory over Southern Nash. And the clock will expire here in Death Valley. Once again, Northern Nash wins 27-7 over Southern Nash. 3rd year in a row, Northern Nash has defeated the Firebirds. This is Brent Cohn alongside Kenneth Fly. We'll see you next week as the Firebirds.
Country Comfort Co. in Bailey is a veteran-owned and operated company that's got you covered in apparel for every occasion. Low Country prides itself on recognizing the American worker. They offer lines to help you display the pride of your profession, such as first responders, linemen, farmers, heavy equipment operators, welders, and more, mixed with state pride on the most popular trucker-style hats and even more. Visit them online today at lowcountryclothingco.com, and remember, there's no country like Low Country.